Let me get comfortable. There we go. I'm buzzing, bruh. Like, I wanted to wait for this match reaction with the Bournemouth game, and Arsenal's 3-2 thriller. Because I just had a sneaky feeling the City and Chelsea game, there was going to be a bit of drama there. Lo and behold, I was right, because they both look rubbish. Like, let's just start off with the City and Chelsea game. Chelsea nicking in the 94th minute, an equaliser at the Etihad. 1-1. Beautiful. Enzo Fernandez, as much as I hate you as a footballer, you're really, like, I can't explain it. Like, you just have that look about you. Like, if I played against you, I'd just want to leave one on you. That kind of guy. But I can't ever speak bad about you ever again until we play you next. But yeah, nicked that little cheeky toe poke. 1-1, 94th minute. Tijani Reinders, 42nd minute. It was a decent goal, but it was a goal that Chelsea shouldn't have conceded, let's be honest. And that game was like, it was a hard watch as an Arsenal fan because City were there for the taking. Like, if Chelsea nicked it as a winner, like if they got a winner, I don't think there would have been any complaints because City were good in the first half. They sort of prodded along in the second half. They had no legs at the end though. Rodri was gassed out. You could tell he's been out for a while. Everyone else was just wasteful, Cherky going forward, Foden going forward. And Haaland didn't really get a sniff. Like, he had amazing run or two, like here and there, but nothing like to worry about in terms of the Chelsea defense. Chelsea again was very bad. I think the lap coming on changed the game. Neto should have come off. Like, he was shocking. Absolutely shocking. But yeah, 1-0. So that sits us. Let me just check the table. I think it's 6 points. Yeah, so we're 6 points clear, same goal difference. And I'm not going to lie, if City don't make any signings anytime soon in this January transfer window, they might be in trouble. And I'm not just saying it because I'm gassed. They drew the last two games, but they had a couple injuries in this match too. Guardiola, that looks serious. Ruben Diaz, I don't know if it was muscular or if it was a knock or just fatigue. Those two, without them, I don't know where they'd be. Like, I know they're great going forward, but defense-wise, those two are like their rock. They're the guys. They were both crap, to be honest, but at least it was a 1-1 draw. Like, I'm so happy City didn't get the 3 points because I'm going to say it like unbiased as I can. They didn't deserve the 3 points. Chelsea didn't deserve it either, but 1-1 seems about right, Arsenal, though, That was a hard watch. I think the first half, it was just like we had flashbacks of last season and what Bournemouth could do to you home and away because they beat us both, But you know what? I'm not mad. We got the 3 points. Of course, Gabriel had a shocker, but made up for it very quickly. I'd rather him get those sort of rusty mistakes out of his system before a massive game like a Liverpool or, that's coming up on Thursday. Don't get me wrong, every game is massive now. Like, we can't drop any more points. And there will be a time where the roles are reversed. Like, we may drop points here and there and City are winning their games. So let's just milk it for what we can and just keep going. And let's be honest, last season, Liverpool were doing the same thing. They were scraping through. Like, they played rubbish a lot of the games, but still won. Still got the points. City have done that for God knows how many years. They've blitzed teams, but they've also been shocking and still scraped through as well. So I'm not speaking too soon. It's still January. Of course, we're having these players come back, like Declan Rice, thankfully, only out for one game, coming back. Gabriel's back. Ben White's back, of course. So many players that we need back in terms of depth for all these competitions that we're still in. We need fit. We need them up and running. If we need to sub them on to see out a game, we can. If we need to start them and then, to still play a good game, they need to be there. And look, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't the best game by us and Bournemouth were good. However, it should have just been 3-1. It shouldn't even been that first goal by Evan Nilsson, but Bournemouth's press was good. And we know what they're like. So let's go through the goals very quickly. Evan Nilsson, of course, capitalised off the Gabriel madness of a howler. Let's call it a howler. Mistake. I know what he tried to do. He tried to pass it infield, end up scuffing it, and then playing it too near towards Evan Nilsson, and yeah, he put it away. Groupie's goal was good, very good. I think Rayo was sort of blindsided. He gambled going to his left, and the goal ended up going to his right. But our 3 goals, hold on a minute, the set piece police, where are you? Because there weren't any, from what I can remember. Declan Rice with 2 decent goals, like a proper midfielder's goal. That's the sort of stuff Gerrard and Lampard used to get on the end of. So Declan Rice, 2 good goals, right place, right time. Gabriel making up for it, like I said, his first goal. The first goal of ours, his sort of prowess, that was actually a good finish. Like, I can't even describe it anymore. It was just a powerful shot on target. Gabriel Martinelli could have scored, but yeah, it was one of them goals. Again, right place, right time for a defender. Beautiful. Saka coming on, was good to see the depth again. He got an assist. Noni Madueke had a good first half, didn't really do much after that. Again, Declan Rice ran into the ground, which is annoying to see because we do have Liverpool on Thursday and we need him to run that midfield again, because there's Grafenberg, whatever his name is, McAllister, Szoboszlai in that midfield. They've got a great midfield, probably top 5, top 3, in terms of legs, finesse, technical ability, everything. So we need Zubi and Rice to be on point. And we do have, I think, we've got a day's rest over them. So hopefully that plays into our hands. The back 4... it was a bit like hit and miss because we conceded the 2 goals. It was a bit nervy and we didn't have the best of games. Like, Gabriel kind of set the tone in that sense, which is unfortunate, but we did get the 3 points. Going forward, I felt like Odegaard kind of doing his thing, sporadically throughout the game. Martinelli, bro, this was your chance to do your thing, man. Did nothing. Leo Trossard came on, made somewhat of an impact. I spoke about Madueke and Saka. Saka still ticking along, bro. Still ticking along. Come on, last 20. Got his assist. Business as usual. Where's Foden? Where is Foden? Philip Foden. Come outside. You've scored a couple goals throughout the season now. Where are you? Saka's not even great. He's not even a 5 out of 10, a 4 out of 10. But he's still getting his returns. Don't chat to me, bro. Don't chat to me about Saka when Foden's... Anyway. Don't get me started, okay? Gyökeres. Now, this guy, I'll be the first to admit, I can criticize this guy to death, yeah? No sort of like striker's instinct to get in the pockets, to want to score and all that rest of it. But now, I'm actually starting to think this is by design with Mikel. Because there's pockets in that game where 4, 5 defenders, players are all surrounding Gyökeres and being pulled to and fro by Gyökeres. But then the wingers come into play. The midfielders come into play. Declan Rice gets his 2 goals. And I'll be honest, without Gyökeres, those goals don't happen because they're all drawn to him. They're all like, right, we need to hold him up. We need to, get to him before he gets the ball and play it off. And also, this is not by coincidence. Every time Gyökeres comes off, we're sitting deeper. Jesus comes on, he comes more deeper, he tries to play on the counter, tries to sit back where Gyökeres, he's chasing the ball. He's giving them more to think about, not letting them relax. And every time I've watched Gyökeres come off, I've been happy for a couple minutes, but at the same time I'm thinking, defensively, this is not good because we're so much more deeper. And I don't know if it's a tactical thing where Arteta's like, right, Gyökeres, you got to come off. Guys, let's fucking go, guys. Sit back deeper, counter. I don't know if it's all by design in that sense, but I don't know, but I'm starting to think Gyökeres is being instructed to just stretch the play without the ball. And I know it's mad for a striker, but we've seen it before. We've seen all different types of strikers. I don't know if it's a thing of, all right, decoy, take all the guys out of the game as much as you can. Let Saka come in, let Martinelli and Trossard and Declan Rice push up the pitch, Zubimendi. But it's a bit baffling because if it is by design, is it being wasted? Because how many goals did he score, like in the Portuguese league and in Champions League? And for him to have that role, it's a bit baffling, but if it's working, which it is, you know, I'm not going to complain too much. So yeah, that's something I've noticed. So Gyökeres, Arteta, if it's working, keep it going. And obviously the likes of Havertz coming back, Jesus playing a part in the season. It could be a thing of just switching it up game by game, half by half, quarter by quarter, and also striker by striker. Like, imagine going into a game against a big team or any team in the Prem or Champions League, and imagine having 3 strikers with different profiles, all sort of polar opposites to each other. Havertz is probably the more similar to Gyökeres, but he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the pace. He has the hold-up play, though, and he does have that finesse on the ball. Jesus, road runner, just runs and runs off the ball, with the ball, you know, got more of a finesse in terms of ball striking. Not on the ball, though, he can be a bit loose. And then Gyökeres is just a powerhouse. He's just a brute force without the finesse, you know. But look, I can get carried away. It's just something I've noticed in this game. In terms of man of the match, for me, Declan Rice, hands down. You know, I mean, you could argue Gabriel pulling it back and sort of orchestrating the team still. But I think that first half clanger was just a bit too much of a detriment. So Declan Rice, defo man of the match, 2 great goals. And yeah, he just looked upset, like just because of how we're conceding silly goals. And I just hope his knee is holding out. I am going to touch on Liverpool very briefly because they did score last minute, I think 94th minute or 92nd. And then I think Reed, Fulham, that's got to be goal of the season. 96th or 7th minute now, bang. Oh, what a goal, man. So yeah, they drew 2-2 at Craven Cottage. They're looking shaky and as fragile as ever. Ekitike didn't play, but there's promising signs there for Arsenal. Again, we get a day rest, so I don't know if that's going to help us or if that's sort of like, you know, a mental thing and whatever. But hopefully for Rice's sake, at least with his knee, that should help us. And yeah, Liverpool, man, they're there for the taking. City, again, they're there for the taking. Who's City got? Brighton? I think they got Brighton at home. And Brighton can be a bogey team for a lot of teams. So yeah, let's hope, man. Anyway, not to waffle too much, I am going to do a match preview in the week. Most likely a Wednesday or Tuesday for the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Go in more depth, what I want to see in terms of lineups, in terms of what players I want to see on the field, and hopefully what sort of roles they'll play. But yeah, let me know what you think. I know I sort of waited a day later to do this match reaction just because I wanted to see how the City and Chelsea game panned out. And thankfully I did, man, because I've sort of lost my voice. As you can tell, I've already lost my voice because of a virus. But yeah, I just screamed like a little girl. All right. But here we are. 3-2. Bournemouth, City 1-1, 6 points clear of Villa and City, which is a good thing. It's a good sign. It's a good time to be an Arsenal fan. So let's keep the momentum going. Let's just keep it grinding and just do business as usual. I don't care if we get the 3-2s, the 1-0s, the 2-1s. I just want to win. 3-pointers here and there, everywhere, and just keep pressure on City, man, because I'm telling you, they're not looking the same. They are not. Their legs have gone. Rodri looks half the player. He can't last a full game at the moment. You know, Haaland's not getting a service. Cherky's twerking. Foden's playing tag with players. Reinders has a goal in him here and there, but let's be honest, man. How long can they keep it up? They're getting injuries galore now. But on the flip side, Arsenal are getting players back, which that's what I want to see. You know, Gabriel's coming back. Ben White's. Whoever else, man. Let's just keep it going. Come on, Arsenal. Top of the league. Ole. Ole. Catch you in the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until the next episode.